So I'm gonna start with our Microderm Renew. Our Microderm Renew has aluminum oxide crystals, vitamin C, E, hyaluronic acid, ginkgo biloba, and then healing rose and lavender oil. It smells delicious. You can actually apply it and kind of rub it in little circles with your fingers, or you can get one of our rotating buffers to circulate it. You know, you can do it manually or with our little rotating buffer. It smells divine, and it does resurface your skin. It's got those same aluminum oxide crystals that estheticians will kind of sandblast at your face. They have these little machines that are kind of like a steam cleaner. It spits out the little crystals and then sucks them back up. In that case, you have to actually protect your eyes because it could embed a crystal. When you're doing this at home, since it's not pressurized, all you have to do is just keep your eyes closed while you do it. If it did get in your eye, it'd just be like a grain of sand because, like I said, it's not shot onto your skin like they do at a dermatologist or esthetician's office. So it's something you can actually do at home and have a brightening and resurfacing effect for your skin. I do want to tell you that this is not for all skin types. So this is not good for anyone who's sensitive. So if you have rosacea, this causes friction, and friction is the last thing you need. And then if you're a lady who's of darker shade, so like I'm considered like a shade level 3, so I'm kind of a medium skin tone. If you're darker than me, then it could cause hypo or hyperpigmentation. And that's not just our product, that's any microderm, even in a dermatologist or esthetician's office. So, make sure that you're a good candidate for the skincare and skin treatments that you're looking into. I like people to know what they should and shouldn't use. It's super important to me. Great product though. I love it myself. It totally clears your pores. Your skin feels completely different when you're done. It's just for once or twice a week. All of our twos are not something you have to use every day. So next I'm gonna go over our masks. So I'm gonna start with our tea tree mask. It has tea tree oil, echinacea, CoQ10, and folic acid. This one is actually part of our acneic clear skin line. However, you don't have to just be acneic to use it. It is great for acneic people, but I'm not acneic and I get menopausal, like these big, like almost cyst-like bumps under my skin because it's hormones for me. It's not because it's not because my pores got clogged on the outside. It's hormones messing with my skin from the inside. So I use this as a spot treatment. It does have peppermint in it also. So you don't want to get it too close to your eyes. Like if you've ever messed with peppermint oil, if you get peppermint oil in your eyes, it's very vaporous and it can kind of sting. So you don't, if you're putting it on your whole face, you want to make a wide circle around your eyes so the fumes of the peppermint don't irritate your eye. But I'll show you what I do. I literally will take a little tiny, like literally that's it, like that size amount, tiny amount, and I'll do like a little spot treatment, just like that. And I literally will sleep in it like that. So let me kind of blend that out so it's not too loud on my cheek. Hopefully it's gone. Gone? Okay. This is probably one of our most underused masks because it is an incredible product. If I put it on a pimple, the pimple is either completely gone or almost gone the next day. Like that's it. I see a little redness. I don't care what it is. I'm not sure if it's a bite or, from a mosquito or if it's a pimple, it'll be gone. It's just such a great product. And it's not irritating because it's like moist and oily. It's got this great texture to it. You won't wake up with like a little rough spot. Like if you did that same thing with say a traditional pimple blasting product, like something with hydrogen peroxide or salicylic acid, if you left that on too long, it would be like a little red rashy spot. This product is so gentle, it does not do that to you. It doesn't dry you out, and I can sleep in it like a little spot treatment overnight and wake up without that pimple. I'm also going to talk about our Moisture Lock toner. So here's a secret about toners. You don't actually need them. Our Moisture Lock toner has aloe, green tea, hyaluronic acid, and rose water. The only reason I made one, because you're probably thinking, if you don't need one, why do you have it? So we have a lot of people in our company that have been selling skincare for 20 and 30 years. And they have sold a toner their entire time in skincare. The reason we made one is because our reps came to us and said, listen, my clients are buying toner, from, Macy's and Dillard's, and I'm losing that sale. So we created a toner for primarily mature skin because toner is kind of passe now. We don't really need toner anymore. If your cleansers are balanced and have a pH balance, then toner is not necessary. Most people don't even know what toner does. So toner balances the pH of your skin. So when you wash your face, if the cleanser isn't balanced, it strips your face of pH balance and then you would have to use a toner to bring it back to base. All of our cleansers are pH balanced, so you technically don't need a toner, but some people just like the feeling of one, and they're going to use one, so we have one available to purchase, just so that we're not taking a sale away from one of our reps, because we do listen. You guys are our board of directors. You give us feedback, we listen. It's a great toner, not necessary for most skin types, but if you love a toner, we have one for you. Then I'm going to talk about our red clay mask. So this is our Bright and Tight red clay mask. It has B3 and niacin. It helps to minimize pores and even skin tone, fine lines and wrinkles, diminish dullness, and it strengthens a weakened surface. So that is everything that niacin and B3, niacinamide or B3 can do for your skin. That's not all we have in it, okay? So let me show you the color. So it is a nice deep red. Why is that? So that is the Amazonian bar clay, okay? So the Amazonian bar clay comes in like 5 or 6 different shades, and the shades denote what minerals it picked up as it came down, like as it washed down the Amazonian tributaries into the Amazon riverbed. It's collected there. So the red clay is known for its ability to increase elasticity. So clinical studies, it can increase elasticity up to 178%, which is off the charts. Now, I will tell you, that's if left on for 2 hours. Obviously, most people aren't going to do that. I am a nerd and I do that, but I also have resilient skin. So my measurement to everyone, like how long should you leave it on? Listen to your skin. Your body will tell you if it's something that it doesn't like or can't tolerate for a lengthy period of time. All I feel is I feel like a tingle initially, and then after the tingle subsides, I don't feel anything. And so I just leave it on when I'm like doing laundry or making dinner or doing something that's going to take me an hour or two in my home. But if you're sensitive, even 15 or 20 minutes can be great and improve your elasticity and strengthen your skin. Additionally, because it's bright and tight, right? So I just told you about the tightening effect. We have put hexyl resorcinol in it. So what is that big word, right? So there's a couple primary brighteners out there on the market. The most popular is hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is used by most skincare companies, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's a cheaper ingredient. It is an effective brightener. It does brighten your skin and help diminish sunspots and age spots and so forth. However, it's a known carcinogen. Now here's the thing, we use hexyl resorcinol. Hexyl resorcinol is a lipid from wheat, really, really gentle ingredient, 4 times stronger than hydroquinone. How about that? So it's a stronger, better, non-toxic brightener. And I'll tell you why companies use the other toxic one, why they use hydroquinone, is because to put a healthy brightener in this jar costs us about 7 to 10 cents per jar, more than if we put the toxic brightener in. So that kind of disgusts me that there are companies out there going, 7 cents a jar, let's go ahead and serve up carcinogens to our clients. We don't do that. If it's toxic, it doesn't go in it. Everything in our product line, I literally pour over every ingredient as the chemist formulates for us. And if I find that Canada or Europe did a study that finds that that product is carcinogenic or toxic or bioaccumulative or hurts our environment, then I don't allow it in our product line. The United States, the FDA, has only outlawed 30 ingredients in the last 20 years in skincare, and they haven't had a law in decades. Whereas Canada has outlawed 600 and Europe has outlawed 1,400. How's that? So I listen to Europe and Canada and their studies, and that's how we formulate the product line. Now I'm going to show you one of my favorites. This is one of my personal favorites. It's our tropical enzyme peel. It's got papaya and pineapple enzymes and citric acid. It is an amazing product, and we designed this actually with my mother-in-law in mind. So mom is 89. She's absolutely beautiful. She looks about 65, but she has rosacea, and you wouldn't even know she had rosacea. But if she has like a little sip of wine, she's not much of a drinker, but a little sip of wine, she gets rosy cheeks, rosy nose, and if she's aggressive with her skin, she can have like full-on flaky breakout. So she can't exfoliate. Like the microderm I spoke of earlier would be way too stressful for her skin. She can't scrub. Even a washcloth, even rubbing with a washcloth for somebody who has rosacea could be too much for their skin. So we developed this because mom would be like, she's old school, right? She's born, in the 30s. And so she doesn't leave the house without her makeup on. But if I saw her outside in the sun, you would see little flakes of skin under her makeup because she can't exfoliate. And so I was like, man, there's got to be an answer for somebody like her. Here's the answer. If you want to exfoliate without scraping your skin, this is how you do it. And I'm going to stick my fingers in here because this is my personal. Now, if it was my clients, I would not do that. See how beautiful and pink? So like I said, pineapple, papaya, enzymes, and citric acid are the base. It smells amazing. So I'm going to take just a teeny bit and I'm going to put it on my elbow. So put a little bit right here. Actually, that's a lot. So I'm going to kind of do a wider space. And what happens is it goes on like jelly, like peanut butter and jelly. Then it quickly liquefies. It's going to feel just like a water-like consistency pretty quickly. And then you're going to feel some grit. And that grit is actually dead cells rolling up. Now you would think I've never exfoliated in my life, but here's what. This is a chemical exfoliation. So even though I used a loofah in my bathtub this morning, chemical exfoliation takes off a whole nother layer of cells. Look at all that. I'm going to grab a little wipey to wipe that off. So I'll tell you how this works because I think it's interesting. And I also think it's nice to actually know this information. Like if you're in front of a client and they want to know what is that and how is that doing that? Because I'll tell you what, a lot of times they think it's a trick. They think that the product itself is rolling back up. That is not the case. There may be products out there in the market that play that game, but this is truly exfoliating and your skin will feel different. You will know the difference. And it won't happen twice in a row because once you take off a layer of cells, they're gone and it takes 3 or 4 days for them to build back up. So what it's doing is enzymes dissolve the bond of dead cells. So a lot of times when I say, hey, we're going to do a peel, people are like, oh, because they think I'm going to do like a glycolic peel. Glycolic peels can be great for your skin, but you do not want to do them outside of a dermatologist's office. I'm not talking even in an esthetician's office. You need to be at a dermatologist's office because though they're amazing, they burn several layers of cells off, and you need somebody with a lot of experience to make sure they don't burn too deep into your layers of cells. So I think glycolic peels are great in the right hands. This is not that type of peel. So to make sure that clients aren't scared of it, I explain it to them. So what it does is it dissolves the bond of enzymes. So it's not burning any of your cells off. That's why it shouldn't feel burning or anything. All you should feel is cool, that it should feel cool, that's it. So what it does is dead cells deteriorate from the outside in and they bond together on the edges. And what enzymes do is they go in and they eat out the bond of those dead cells. So kind of think about it like a brick wall. Like if you had a brick wall and you had something that could go and dissolve the mortar that holds those bricks together, then you could just sweep the bricks away. That's what it's doing for your dead cells. So I love, love, love this product. A little bit goes a long way. What I used just now was about a pea-sized amount. You could use that on your whole face and neck. You would dot, 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 and then distribute it that way. So a little goes a long way. You use too much and it won't actually turn because it needs to be thin enough for the oxygen to help it turn, if that makes sense. Now, we're going to talk about our Amazonian clay and charcoal peel off mask. It's 38% charcoal, and then it also has the dark gray bar clay from the Amazonian riverbed. So that type of clay, that shade of clay, is known for its detox capacity. And then charcoal draws 200 times its own weight in debris. So it literally pulls stuff out of your pores. Now I'll tell you a tip on this one is if you're sensitive, because it peels back off, right? I'm not sensitive at all. I enjoy it on my entire face. But if you are sensitive or you have rosacea, I would say go T-zone. So forehead, nose, chin. Avoid your brows because if it could pull out a brow hair. It's possible. It hasn't happened with me, but it is possible. So brow, nose, chin, and you can peel that off. If you want to use it on your cheeks, so cheeks are the sensitive area of your face. You would think the eye tissue is, but that isn't factual. It is actually here. If you're easily irritated, this is what's going to get red. This is what's going to feel warm. It's going to tell you if your body doesn't like something. So if you want to use a charcoal mask on your cheeks and you are sensitive, then just rinse it off of your cheeks with warm water. I guess that's it. I've covered, that is our step 2. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I've given you information so you feel confident to go and try these products on yourself and your clients. Take care.